Hey guys, it's Toby Morrison here from CFS Health, and welcome to another episode of the CFS Health podcast. Today's a really important episode, and the subject line is "You are not crazy." And this is just so important to talk about because when you're going through something like chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, or any other chronic illness, it is so poorly recognized that even today, when I walk down the street and someone asks me, what do I do for work? And I say, we run a worldwide online recovery program for people with chronic fatigue syndrome. The most common answer, they go, oh yeah, that's just mindset, isn't it? Like, is it just mental and it's psychological? And I'm like, oh my God. However, I will say that, from 15 years ago to now, it is a lot better. And there are a lot of people who are super aware of it. A lot of people go, oh yeah, I've got a friend who's got that. Or, I know someone who's gone through that. It's pretty serious and hard, isn't it? And so, I feel like more so the general public is a lot more open to it. However, this needs to be talked about. Most importantly for you, not so much trying to get other people to convince them that you are sick, but I want you just to know deep down that you're not going crazy. What you're going through is 100% real. And it's quite frightening and scary. And we're going to break it down into two parts, yeah? So the first part is I actually did a bit of an experiment on our Instagram page, and I asked the followers, our amazing followers, what's the craziest thing you've been told, about chronic fatigue syndrome or chronic illness? And the responses are unbelievable, like gobsmacking. One follower messaged back saying, oh my God, that doctor should be fired. I can't believe they said that. So we're going to go through there's some pretty funny ones and some pretty wild ones. I can't believe people actually said this, but I just want you to know what you're going through is 100% real. It is physical. You're going through a real physical neurological illness. And however, you can get better and you can improve the quality of your life and you can improve your health. So we're going to talk about that today. And I'm going to share with you a really interesting article about a lady who actually suffered both cancer and ME. And she said some really interesting things, which I'll share with you later. But before we get into the podcast today, guys, it's win of the week time. So we're going to share a win that one of our members have had inside our program. Every single week inside our program on Fridays, we do a weekly accountability check-in where all our members share a win from the previous week. Now, I'm picking two people today because they're both pretty amazing. I mean, everyone's amazing in the program, but these wins are pretty amazing. Firstly, first win goes to Cindy from USA. Cindy has been working with us for the last year and a half. And when she came to us, she was an absolute mess. She couldn't function. She just lost her job. She was, highly symptomatic, just like so many symptoms and just really struggling with any consistency, any health at all. And she was in a lot of debt back then as well, financially. So it was a big commitment for her to join the program at that time. And, we really make sure that it's the right time for every individual who joins our program. So, I remember when Sydney was on the phone and she joined the program and I said, you don't have to join right now. She said, no, I need this. I need the support. I need the accountability. I need the help. Anyway, the coolest thing was that Cindy posted a win inside our lifestyle integration up-level program because she's progressed so far now. And her win is twofold. The first thing is a doctor told her, another crazy story, a doctor told her that it would be very unlikely to be able to fall pregnant, that she won't be able to have kids. And she messaged me and was so upset about it. And I said to her, listen, this is just one person's opinion. And I said to her, I want you to follow exactly what the program teaches for the next 3 months. Like, let's get your head right. Like, don't stress out and get so upset about it, because she was so distraught, as you can imagine, being told that you can't have kids. And the coolest thing happened after about 3 or 4 months. I get a message saying, Toby, you won't believe it, but I fell pregnant. And I was like, well, I can believe it because I told you that you can't just believe what one person says. It's just an opinion. Just because they've got a DR in front of their first name, it doesn't mean anything. And it doesn't necessarily have to be true, because I've seen it time and time again. So she's expecting to have a baby very soon now, because this was a while ago. The second coolest thing is Cindy did a post in our group this week. She is debt-free for the first time in her life, which is just a huge, huge win, especially before the baby's coming too. So pretty phenomenal to turn her life around within a year and a half, to be told that she wouldn't be able to fall pregnant and feel good and pay off all her debt. It's just a remarkable win. Second one goes out to Max. Shout out to Max from Israel. And Max just finished his MBA, his university degree. And, people who are healthy, that's hard. But to go through CFS and then get better and then complete it is pretty incredible. So big shout out to Max. We love you. You're such a great guy. And yeah, just awesome to see you achieve your dreams and goals. So guys, let's get into it. I'm going to share with you my screen. What you are going through is real. And unfortunately, there is just so much misinformation out there. And it's quite pathetic, really. But I'm going to share with you my screen and I'm going to show you the answers of these people. So my question was, what's the craziest thing you've been told around your chronic illness, from people who, are so-called trying to help you? I actually shared a couple of them. So we'll go onto our page first and we can have a look. So the first one was, I was depressed because I wore black. So a doctor told her, you're depressed because you wear black. And then she got diagnosed by another doctor because obviously she sacked the one that said she was depressed because she wore black, which is pretty immature, really. This one's so common. You need to exercise more. This is the worst advice to give anybody who is going through chronic illness. You do not need to exercise more. You do not need to push your body anymore. Your body's actually not asking for that. It's asking for the opposite. So that one, oh my God, the amount of times that I've heard doctors say, you've got to sweat it out. You just got to push yourself. It's just ridiculous. It's a common one and a dangerous one, I said here. This one is from one of our members who's doing really well. And he said, a doctor said, all you can do is best manage your symptoms. And I feel like everyone gets told that. And I wrote in my response, yeah, nah, that's terrible advice. What about just focus on getting healthy, improving your immune system so that your symptoms actually disappear and subside? And this is what happens as you get healthier and as you start to work on your health and well-being, your symptoms start to subside. And so you don't actually have to manage anything. You just get healthy. Oh, this one is, I feel like this one's probably the biggest one. It's all in your head. And this hurts, like this, you're already sick enough as it is, like you're struggling enough as it is. You don't want to be told that it's all in your head. And I said in my response, yeah, because people who get this would totally make it up, wouldn't they? Like, why would you make up being this sick? Like, you just can't. And you wouldn't wish it upon your worst enemy. But to say it's all in your head is just so rude. And this is the problem with chronic illness. It's not like a broken arm where you can see it. You can't see the cast, but I'm sure if you had a cast around your entire body, people would start to pay attention. The doctor said, everyone has bad days. You just need to get up and get on with it. I wrote, lol, thanks, doctor. And this is the thing, right? Like so many people are like, oh, your program costs money. And it's like, yeah, because it costs money to actually create and make. And the amazing team that we have, needs to eat as well. And the funniest thing I think is like, people are paying doctors literally hundreds and hundreds of dollars to be told, yeah, everyone has bad days. You just need to get up and get on with it. So you're walking out, you've just paid money and you're walking out feeling more hopeless, more depressed, more upset, more lonely, and getting nothing for it in return. And like, even that one, like it's all in your head. You need to exercise more. It's just crazy. And so, some people who have just found us recently or, stumbled across us and they love our free content and they join our program or want to join our program and they go, oh, it's a bit expensive. And I'm like, not really when you compare it to going to the doctor's clinic and getting no help. And then you come with us and, like Cindy, being told she can't fall falls pregnant, pays off all her debt and starts living her life again. Pretty good. I think that's a pretty good return. It's very affordable in that sense. So I got nothing wrong with that. Let's see. You should stop worrying and just start exercise. After being admitted to ER with no answers, that's pretty bad. So yeah, she was told you should stop worrying and just try to exercise. I don't know why doctors think that exercise is the answer to this. Like clearly. Yeah, another one, just exercise. Yeah, okay, I'll exercise away my chronic fatigue syndrome, this person said. It just doesn't make sense. What else? Everyone gets tired. You just have to push through. Again, I feel like so many people are told this. So hopefully this, you guys listening to this right now is actually helpful for you because you're not alone. Now, this one's an interesting one. A doctor said, at least it isn't cancer. And I actually found an article years ago, and I said back to this lady, wow, insulting to you and insulting to cancer patients too. I don't think it's fair to compare either or. I did see a really interesting article, which I want to get up just quickly. It's on netdoctor.co.uk, and the title is ME really worse than cancer? Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing, all right? You guys can have a look, but basically a lady called Jenny Andrews went through cancer, and then a decade later, she got diagnosed with ME CFS. And she goes on to talk about basically chronic fatigue is like having horrendous nausea and then being thrown in on a ship and feeling sick with bags of potatoes tied to each limb. And then you have to try and run a marathon, which is going to the toilet. And she said, with cancer, there's almost like, people just as empathetic and sympathetic to it. It's just like everyone knows about it. Everyone understands cancer. Yeah. So then she said, Louise once again referred to her scan. Suddenly doctors couldn't do anything. And then friends who I didn't see for years were sending me cards asking if they could visit. It's the C word that everybody knows and understands, cancer. In fact, all I needed was one operation to remove the tumor along with medication, and fingers crossed I'll stay cancer free. But there's nothing to be done for the pain and tiredness of ME, and that's so much worse. This is what she said, in terms of going to hospital and getting that help. It's an interesting conversation because I do think that, cancer is just so widely common. It's oh shit, but then when you hear, oh, my friend's struggling with ME CFS, it's like, well, what's that? Or, oh, isn't that just like that? Old school people call it yuppie flu, which is just ridiculous. But you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's an interesting one. And I think that, obviously more awareness is happening, but it's very hard to put yourself in others' shoes. And so I never say to our clients, trying to convince people what you're going through, because if you never got sick, would you understand it if someone else had chronic fatigue syndrome? Probably not. Okay. Oh, this one was huge. Just go for a 1 hour walk every day. God. And 88% of people said that they got told that too, which is just crazy. What else have we got? It's all in my head and I need to push through it. Oh, this one was crazy. This is from one of our members, actually. Jess did our program, not in it anymore because she's doing so damn well. Congrats to you, Jess. She's playing tennis twice a week, just got herself a new partner and working part-time again, which is cool. But she was told to find a partner and have a baby. Like, what kind of ludicrous is that? And this is not to mock doctors, by the way, that this is to shine light on the inaccurate, misleading advice that people who don't understand or haven't spent any time to try and understand are saying, and don't realize the impact that this actually has on people. Imagine being told there's just, all you need to do is sweat it out, or being told there's nothing you can do. You just got to manage your symptoms the rest of your life. How fun's that? Right? And to be told that from someone who you look up to can be really disheartening. And the other problem is most people believe it. And luckily, a lot of people question it, and then realize, no, that's actually, I'm not going to take that on as truth. It's not factual. How does that doctor know that it's impossible for me to have a child? 4 months later, the person who was told that gets pregnant. Like, I just think it's really important to have an open mind, stay curious, take things with a grain of salt, and just choose what's useful for you. But this episode was really just to shine light on what you're going through is 100% real. You're not going crazy. It's not all in your head. And I will say this, a part of the component for recovery is working on your mindset. Now, that has nothing to do with the fact that it's a physical disease. What you're going through is physical, but you can't tell me that it hasn't affected you emotionally. And therefore, you need to work on things emotionally too. And we have a whole component and section in our program that it's a huge component, but it's definitely not the be all and end all. And there needs to be a holistic approach here. And so I just want to clear that up right now. It's normal to have secondary depression, secondary anxiety, which basically means it's caused by what you're experiencing. So of course, it's normal to be so upset, angry, frustrated, sad at what you've been told just here, but more so the fact that you can't live the life that you want to live. And that's what's upsetting. So it's normal to feel that. And there's a whole process and framework to overcome that and start, focusing on now and start getting better and moving forwards as well. That's what we do. This is what CFS Health is born to do, is give you the practical teachings, frameworks, and inspiration and education to actually help you make changes in your life right now so you can move forwards, get unstuck, start moving forwards, and start getting healthy so you can start living again. Okay. But sometimes it's important just to have this awareness and to know that, what you're going through is real. It's not fun. And it certainly doesn't help when you're getting told stupid things like we just shared. So thank you guys to all the followers who posted that bit of feedback. I'll see if there's any more. I think there was another lot just quickly. I think I saw one more crazy one. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, what's the craziest thing someone said to you about chronic illness? Oh my God. Someone was told, just get a surrogate doll after confiding I might not be able to have children due to CFS. Oh my God. Someone else says, you are walking around so you can't be that ill. And that's the problem. Your friends and family don't see you in your worst state, like especially your friends in the outside community, like they only see you for the 30 minutes you go out or the event that you go to, but they don't see the 2 weeks resting afterwards or the days before or whatever. Yeah. So it's hard for them to see. Yeah. Izzy says, it's not like you're disabled, the person said. And she said, this condition is so misunderstood. I agree. Doctor said, I'm tired too sometimes. Well, that helps. Someone said to this person, get well soon. Jesus. And, some of these people probably mean really well. It's just that they just don't get it. Oh, wow, this one's bad. You're not sick. You're looking for attention and an excuse to get out of work. This one's a shocker. It must be so nice to be at home. Here's the problem. Most people with chronic fatigue syndrome and chronic illness are not people who want to stay at home. They're people who want to make the most of their life. They're people who are go-getters. They're type A personalities. They're people who want to achieve. And to be honest, like every single person in our program has something special to offer. And they've got a real gift, whether it's in the arts, the crafts. We've got so many artists in our program. We've got musicians. We've got business owners. We've got, sport athletes. We've got academics. We've got everyone. And the most common thing that I see, these people aren't lazy. It's the furthest from the truth. They're not people who want to stay at home. They're people who want to live and get out. And so, this is not a lazy syndrome. So we're going to leave it there today. I hope this was helpful in some way. To make it more helpful, I'm going to leave some free trainings for you in our description. Or you can head over straight to our website, cfshealth.com, click on the free resources. There's 4 amazing trainings, but in particular 2 that I would highly recommend watching is the baseline training and the 4-step recovery process training. Those 2 things are extremely powerful. And to be honest, if I got that information early on when I was sick, it would have been an absolute game changer. It would have saved me a couple of years of struggle, and it definitely would have helped me get on the right track really fast and saved me a lot of pain, saved my parents a lot of money trying a million different things that didn't work, and give us some actual practical tools that we could implement in our lives. So I hope that helps, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. I hope you feel more inspired, more hopeful, and have more knowledge to apply in your own life. There's a few ways we can help you right now. The first is go and join our free Facebook group called the CFS Health Recovery Hub. We'll leave a link in the description for you to click yourself in there. This group is like no other. So again, it's a real privilege to be in this group. So make sure that when you're in it, you're contributing and you're bringing your best self to it. You'll find lots of practical tips, an amazing community of people who will help support and inspire you. And you'll get all our latest free trainings that get uploaded in there. The second thing is go and download our free recovery training. So the 2 that are most important to watch is the 4-step process to get recovery started. Honestly, if you've been going around in circles for a long time and you're going up and down all the time, you're spending thousands of dollars and not getting any results, go and watch that. It's an amazing training. Put all my heart and soul into it. And I know so many people have messaged me saying, oh my God, everything makes so much more sense now. And they feel hopeful and inspired for the first time in a long time. So that is cfshealth.com/4step. You can go to our website as well and you'll see all the free trainings there. The second thing that I'd recommend in terms of free trainings is our baseline training. If you're pushing and crashing all the time and you're not getting any consistency, you need to get your baseline sorted. So I've created a free training for you there as well, cfshealth.com/baseline. And if you want proper help and you want to be in a like-minded community who have got accountability, who are getting coaching every week where you can ask questions to all our coaches, including everyone in our team, have a whole program, 25 hours worth of coaching videos. We cover everything in a very deep way. We had a gentleman join literally 2 weeks ago, and he was on our Kickstarter call where we helped them prioritize what they need to focus on inside the program right now. And I said, how are you finding the program? And he wrote back in the chat box on Zoom, he's like, honestly, it's way better than I expected. It's so much more in depth than I was expecting. And that just goes to show the kind of content that we have in there. What you see on YouTube, what you see on our podcast, what you see on our Instagram is literally 1% of what you get in the program, because we can only provide you information. You know, we're not working with you. So if you want us to work with you and actually help you every step of the way, we need to get to know you. We need to know your goals. We need to know exactly where you're at, and we can get more information and data to help you figure out exactly what you need to do right now, and then what you can do step by step as you start to get better and as you start to progress and move forwards, because a new level requires different changes and a different approach. So go and apply for our online recovery program if you're interested in getting proper help and you want to have accountability, you want to get coached, and you just basically want to improve your health and life and have a plan and fast track it, because, you know, it's doable on your own, but it's just bloody tough. And it's, you know, it's hard. What you're going through is hard enough. So to be supported and encouraged and then guided in the right direction from people who totally understand you is pretty amazing. So you can go and apply for the program there. Again, it's application based. So make sure you fill it out properly. Tell us your goals, tell us where you're at and exactly what you need help with. And we'll reach out to you. We'll send you an information pack on how our program works. And from there, we can get the enrollment process started. So again, thanks so much for listening. Hope you found value. If you find this really helpful as well, it's always really, really useful. The more people that like it and comment and share on it, the more people will be able to help and reach as well. And that is our goal. All the best for now. Have a great day. We'll speak to you soon. Bye.